Hello everyone, LWZ1 Productions here, and today I'm going to show you how to use Prisma 3D. Now, if you've watched my previous tutorial, how to use Recon 4D, the movement system is very simple, and Prisma 3D is kind of like it as well. I have also timestamped every single part of this episode if you would like to go to a certain place. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. Zooming in and out is exactly like you would do it on a page. Utilize just one of your fingers to look around. Then use both your fingers, go left or right, up or down to move around. Next, you want to add an object. To do this is very simple. All you do is click on that square button on the top left of your screen, and it will open up a window. Now with this window, there are multiple different objects you can add, such as cubes, spheres, cylinders, and planes, but you just want to add a cube for this tutorial. You can see straight away that the gizmos appear after we add the cube. Now I'll be showing you how to use them. First, we are able to move the object with the arrows as seen here. Next is the resize tool, which allows us to resize an object. You can also resize the object to make it longer. Next, we have the rotate tool, which allows you to rotate an object on its axis. We next have the hierarchy. Oh god, not this again. Get out of here! The hierarchy on the right side of our screen. Just like mentioned before in the last video, the hierarchy shows us all the objects inside our plane. Just as an example, if we add another object, it will now be in our hierarchy. Next, when you double tap on an object, some stuff will come up. For starters, we have the hide option. When pressed, it will hide the cube. Next, when you press name, you are able to name the object. This helps with trying to find an object in the hierarchy. Next option is the copy tool. Once pressed, it will copy the object. Then we have the group tool. This will make a group. Once a group is created, you are able to put objects in it. But for a faster example, all you have to do is hold on the object and drag it with your fingers. Then you grab that object and put it over another object and let go. This will create a group. Now once you press on the object, both objects will move with it. To get the object out of the group, you can either use the undo redo button or hold down on the button and slide it out and let go. Next, we have the center button. When you click this, it will focus on the object that you are on. Finally, we have the delete tool, which will of course delete the object. Next, when you click on an object, to the left side of the screen, you will see material. Once you click on this, a window will open. We have a plethora of options such as color, which allows us to change the color of an object. As you can see, there are presets, but if you want your own color, press the arrow, which will allow a color code to come up. You can now have a specific color using color code or the circles on the screen. Now we have texture, which once pressed, two signs come up. Once you press the first one, you can add a texture from your photos. I'll just use this backroom's wall texture for this. As you can see, that texture is now there. Next, we have reflection, which once pressed will bring up another window where we can have our own type of reflection. You can also press the arrow again to change it yourself. Next is transparency, which depending on the slider will make it more transparent. Next, you'll see pixel bending, which if you get closer to texture, you'll see that it's low quality. Luckily, if you press on, it will smoothen out the textures, making it look good. Now when you press the three lines on the top right corner of your screen, another window shows up. Here we have multiple different options, such as home, save, render, which we'll get into in a bit, 3D import, 3D export, and help. Save will save it inside your files in Prisma 3D. 3D import will import a 3D model. 3D export will export your current model. And help will help you with animations and models. It basically just teaches you how to use the app a little bit. Next, we'll be talking about modes. As you can see on the bottom left of our screen, we have these. Once you click on an object, they'll become available. As you can see, once I clicked on the cube, this button came available. This first button allows us to make corners. You hold our finger down and push, you'll see that we have a line. So we click the check mark, it'll create a corner as seen here. So click the second mode, we are able to extrude faces, make cuts in an object. We also have a wraparound feature where it will evenly cut around an object. And finally, for this mode, we can of course delete a face. Next, we have side cut. As you can see, I can now extrude sides. We can also delete said sides, which will take out two faces. Finally, for the modes, we have corners. We can extrude corners and also delete them. The cool feature is if you hold down one side and press another side, you are able to interact with both of them. This also works with objects. Now it's time to learn how to rig a character. To begin, you want to press where you find the objects and click on More. At least for this example, I am going to use this. I'm going to use a character that Prisma 3D already has. Sometimes, you will need to watch advertisements for the models. Now, for starters with the character, when you move the arms or any limbs, you'll see that it kind of just stretches instead of does anything. To counteract this issue, we're going to press this button on the bottom right of our screen. We're going to now delete the bones. You can see we have removed the preset bones. Now we're going to click Humanoid. Other is for more robotic types. This will then set us in a mode. Now we're going to move these circles into the places they belong. The blue means the head, and these parts on top mean the arms. These bottom parts mean the legs. The yellow means top, the orange means middle, and the red means bottom. These are usually with the phalanges, which are basically your toes or fingers. You can also press this button down here to remove the line so you can make it uneven if you need to. Press the check mark and you now have a rigged character. Now when you move a bone, the character moves realistically. This is called IK rigging. As demonstrated here, it looks really good. Now it is time to learn how to animate. For this demonstration, I'll use this cube. First, you want to press this clock. This creates what is known as a keyframe. Next, you want to click on a random keyframe. You can use your fingers to scroll along the bar. Then you want to move the object in the animation. And then press the keyframe button again. Click play and then watch it. Something to keep in mind is that if the keyframes are farther away from each other, the animation will be slower. Another cool thing that this app gives is animation with stuff like colors, reflections, or transparency. Here's a demonstration of animating with colors. We also have a transform button that will change the position, rotation, and size of an object. And if you want to save a model you made, you can hold down on your model, grab it, and then click the add button, and then put it on the lower part. This will then save the model for later use. And with that said, that is the end of part 1 of this video. I'll be posting a part 2 later. Also, check out the video I made about Recon 4D. With all that being said, thank you for watching.